everyone, and welcome to this very special edition of Prime Time Wrestling. Our entire program will emanate from this jam-packed theater tonight. All you out there in anticipation of this blockbuster No Holds Barred. And Brain, we've got a whole bunch of stars here as well that are going to be on the program later on.
I'm here.
I was not referring to you.
Look at these faces. It looks like they're having a movie shown at San Quentin. You know, they'll put them all...
Will you stop? As everyone knows, this past weekend, the movie No Holds Barred, this tremendous major motion picture, debuted all over the country, breaking box office records everywhere, and as you can tell, Brain is jam-packed here.
Well, the star of the movie is going to be here, I understand, in a little while.
Hulk Hogan, yes.
No, Zeus.
Zeus is not the star of the movie. Hulk Hogan. Rip is the star of the movie. How many
Zeus
times?
told me he was the star. You believe who you want. Get some free popcorn, enjoy yourself.
You've just about waited in anticipation long enough, folks, so we're going to go back up to the front of the theater because, as I stated earlier on, our entire program will emanate from this theater, and you folks just enjoy yourself, settle back.
I'm staying here.
You're not staying.
I want to watch the movie.
I'm
not going to go out there and watch you and the Rosati's eat popcorn all night. I'm staying right here.
Will you stop? Will you be serious?
The Rosatis are here. They're in rows 7, 8, 9, 12, and 15.
Will you stop? Folks, just relax. The movie's about to get underway, and we'll be right back after this.
23.
Well, folks, we're back, and we're set up here in the lobby of the theater, as you can hear in the background, or maybe you can't hear, but there's some exciting things going on inside that theater, Brain.
I'd like to be in there seeing what's going on.
You just sit right here and do the program, and you're going to get a chance to see it as well as everybody out there. In fact, a lot of people have seen it already.
I want to see it now.
No, you're not going to see it now.
Nobody's even come out for popcorn.
Guess who's coming on? You don't have a clue,
Sidney Poitier.
No, Sidney Poitier, no.
That was another thing.
The new king of the World Wrestling Federation, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Let's take a look at it.
This contest is scheduled for one fall.
Get set for one of your favorites.
Right, from Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
You know something I don't know?
74 pounds, Dave Wagner.
Wagner was always one of your favorites, wasn't
And
he?
his opponent.
Here it comes! Haku!
Well,
not exactly. The man who defeated Haku. Jesse, we're talking about...
You mean to tell me Duggen is now coming out to Haku's music, too?
It wasn't his music. It's the King's music. There, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the new king. And finally, we have a king that we can be proud of, a king that we can look up to, a king who exemplifies sportsmanship, Jesse,
And dictatorship, right?
a king with a credo,
A king who carries a 2x4.
yeah. He also carries the American flag. Thumbs up, Jess. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Well, there's no doubt about it, McMahon. He's the ugliest king I've ever seen in my life.
What does that have to do with anything? Uh-oh. Good catch.
He looks like the lion on the Wizard of Oz. What's that, his brains falling out on the mat?
Speaking of brains, here is the genius.
Words of wisdom from the genius to the former King Haku. You wore your crown with honor and conviction. But now we have an ugly, stupid, bearded king named Duggan, who appears to have a serious affliction.
Whoa, Jesse.
Hey, they don't call him the genius for nothing. He observes stuff.
Duggan shoved to the rope. Wagner and Duggan going round and round here. Duggan, the big brawler. Oh, takes a knee to the midsection. Another one. Referee was asking for a clean break. Duggan out in front of Wagner. Whips into the ropes. Heads off. Misses with the elbow from the far side. Clothesline knocks him down.
Well, that's one thing in the ring. You got to be prepared for anything. You can't be waiting to see if the referee gets a clean break.
Did you see what he just did?
Yeah, use the tights. Typical Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
He was using his beard. Are you
Tights,
watching the same
beard,
match
whatever.
I'm watching? Huh? Pay attention. All you care about are these fans, these 3 fans here in the back chanting, Jesse, Jesse. We can't even hear them. Duggen in control, setting up Wagner. And again off the rope, and again down to the canvas. Uh-oh, this could be it. Duggen is down.
Duggen is set.
And yes, clothesline. Wagner on his keister. And a 3 count. The new king. Still victorious. Oh, wait. Bobby Heenan's going after the crown. Bobby Heenan came down after the crown. That's not Heenan's. It's not Haku's. It's Duggen.
And the sorry thing is Duggen caught him at it.
Bobby Heenan is going to pay for this. Oh, yeah. Get him in there, please, yes. Now let's see what happens. Hacksaw Jim Duggen with the brain in there. Yeah, you can beg all you want. I don't think it's going to do any good. He's trying to steal his crown.
He's not going to hit him, is he?
Wait a minute. Haku coming in. Former King Haku and Hacksaw Jim Duggen battling it out.
And what an additional match this is this week, McMahon. Who'd have expected this?
These two brawlers going at it.
Whoa, look who's coming from behind, McMahon.
Oh, no.
I think the King has met his match.
Hacksaw Jim Duggen turns around. Uh-oh, look at that.
And look at the strength of the giant.
One headbutt and Andre knocks the King of the World Wrestling Federation down. Pulls him back now. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Double team effort.
Look at this setup.
Look at that kick to the head. Andre won't let him go down. Wait a minute. Big John Studd is on his way.
I'm not sure if Big John Studd wants to get in there.
Studd stepping over the top rope. And Haku and Studd going at it in this corner. Haku to the outside. Andre headbutting Duggen again. Oh, look at this. Chopped by Andre.
Studd,
another one.
Studd tried to sneak up from behind, but Andre was too smart for him.
Oh, look at that. Oh, got him right in the guts. And look at that. Andre the Giant is collapsing outside.
I have never, ever seen Andre the Giant dropped with one single punch.
Big John Studd with a very, very powerful right hand, collapsing the Giant Andre to the outside. Look, he is hurt, Jesse.
He caught him lucky. It has to be, McMahon. Has to be a lucky shot.
Would not be chopped down by Andre. And just when Andre was going to let him have another one, Big John Studd leveled the Giant. And Hacksaw Jim Duggen gets the dupe as a result of the interference of the former King Haku and Batman, who's still hurting.
Must have been a low blow.
It was not.
Had to be.
It was not. Big John Studd. Well, I'd like to see a one-on-one encounter there. Two giants now. Studd and Andre.
There's only one giant, McMahon.
Oh, really? And I think maybe Andre wants to get back into the ring. Studd, I would suggest, would welcome that. Here we go. We're going to have another match.
You know, this is an exciting week here.
Oh, look at that. Clothesline.
A sucker shot.
Big John Studd, clothesline Andre the Giant. He's in the ring now.
Is this going to be a tag team or one-on-one?
Clothesline again. Big John Studd taking care of business here. And I think Andre's had enough. He's angry. That's an angry Giant.
What do you expect? He got sucker shotted twice out there.
Big John Studd cleaning house.
Serves you right. Stick your nose in there. You're not it anymore.
Just
You
take
don't
it
have
back
the
what
crown.
belongs to me.
President, Mr. President.
On your prime time, right
How are
here
you,
in the
sir?
lobby, isn't
Boy,
it?
what a
Great.
pleasure to have you here with us.
Good, yeah.
You enjoying the movie? It's
Very much so. As a
Oh,
matter of
terrific.
fact, I'd like to, get right back to it.
How you doing, Mr. Tony?
Could maybe tell me where the men's room is.
Oh, right through here. Yeah, keep
Oh,
going straight
thank
right
you
through
very
here.
much.
Make a left,
Thank
and
you.
you'll be right there. You know,
I know what he's doing. He's going to go write his number on the wall.
we're loaded with celebrities here tonight. You know
Who?
that. We're going to have them all on here before the program is over. All kinds of special guests. All kinds of
Why
exciting
can't
things.
I know? If you know, I should know.
I'm the host. It's not your job to know.
I'm the host. I should know. I just tried to take back what was mine.
Take back
Talking
what
about
was
the
yours.
crown,
It's
yes.
not yours. You lost it fair and
Just a
square.
matter
didn't
of
you?
time, it'll be mine.
Well, perhaps it will, and
I'm
perhaps
gonna go
it won't.
watch a little of this movie.
You're not going anywhere. We're going to stay right here in the lobby. We're going to do this. Plenty of exciting guests coming up, and also in just a moment, we'll take a look at the Genius and Mr. Perfect.
I don't like it here in the lobby. No, but I just walked through here like that.
It's the president of the World Wrestling Face here
I
with
know
his
who he
lovely
is.
bride. Did you see his lovely bride?
Yeah, Bow Wow City.
Will you stop? Give me a break.
Hey,
Arnold Skolin, how you doing, Arnie?
You're missing a great film in there.
I can't help it. I got to do the program.
Why don't you
But
come in?
you don't miss it.
Hey, we're doing a program here.
Arnold Skolin, the Golden Boy, one of the
I know
legends
who that
of the
is.
World Wrestling
Very
Federation.
rude man. Are we going to sit here all evening? People just keep walking back and forth.
What difference does it make to you?
Very rude, as far as I'm concerned.
We're going to take a look at another newcomer
to go
here to
see
the
the
World
movie,
Wrestling
too.
Federation, the Genius.
Is No Holds Barred the greatest action movie of the year? The Genius had to find out on his own. And even though the Hulk and I are not on speaking terms, for honesty, the Genius stands alone. You asked for my opinion on the movie No Holds Barred. I respond to every single wrestling fan. For High Adventure, it's a hit, but could have won an Oscar if the Genius would have been the leading man.
Wait, just wait a
The
minute.
music just kicked in. There's something
Genius
going on
wants to be the star of the movie. Give me the break. Hulk Hogan is the star of the... Hi, ladies. How you doing? How are you?
Good.
You enjoying the movie?
Hey,
How you doing?
Hi, good.
hey, go do something. We're conducting a program
You
here.
don't want to miss any, so...
Yeah, hurry.
Okay.
Well, how old would you say they are? 13? I wonder if they want to be
13,
14.
15.
Should keep on moving. We got a program to conduct, and a bunch of little kids want to stuff their
Why,
face
are
with
you
popcorn.
upset because they ignored you? Give me a
They
break,
didn't
Brent.
ignore me. One winked at me.
There's a guy that doesn't ignore anybody and a guy that doesn't make any excuses. Let's take a look at Mr. Perfect.
Ah, yeah.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 249 pounds, here is Mr. Perfect. And his opponent, from Oceanside, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, here is Lance Allen.
Lance Allen against Mr. Perfect, and I tell you what, Lord Alfred, a lot of thumbs down here in La Crosse for Mr. Perfect to start things out.
Yes, it really didn't surprise me because people haven't really taken to him as a personality, but he certainly impressed everybody as a wrestler. So there are two different facets to his character.
Great go-behind on Lance Allen, and gives Lance an uppercut shot. Notice how quickly he applied that.
Yes, I think that was an act of humiliating Allen more than necessarily trying to knock him out or something. But Allen is a very formidable wrestler, but almost already he doesn't look so formidable against Mr. Perfect.
And Mr. Perfect continues his assault. Alfred, what a chop that was.
Wow, you could hear that all around the building.
Snapmare takes him over, pulls the chin. Certainly a confident man in the ring, Mr. Perfect. No doubt about that. And let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear right now from Mr. Perfect.
Sit back and dream for a second. What it would be like to be Mr. Perfect. Everything you do, absolutely perfect. Well, the dream's over for you because you're all average people. There's only one Mr. Perfect, and you're looking at it.
I guess that includes both of us.
I suppose it does. In my case, I won't make any objection to that. I know I'm not perfect.
But he certainly thinks he is, and in the ring, he certainly has a valid point. The man is a top-flight wrestler, and he continues still to punish away.
He does indeed. Lance Allen now being made to look very, very mediocre indeed, although he has managed to muster some sort of offense, but it doesn't look terribly efficient to me.
Well, one thing you could say about Mr. Perfect, he really continues to get back on his feet every time something is executed against him. He goes to the corner with the feet, waiting on Lance Allen. Nicely done.
That was nicely done, and I'm inclined to think that those few moves that Lance Allen did execute against Mr. Perfect were only allowed by Mr. Perfect. He likes to test the firepower and lure his opponents into traps, and there's a perfect plex.
Got it with the perfect plex. Your winner is
Here
Mr.
is your
Perfect.
winner, Mr. Perfect.
Let's take a look once again at how it happened, Lord Albert Hayes.
Well, here Mr. Perfect was having absolutely no trouble at all with Lance Allen, and that was his undoing. A beautiful double drop kick there, and then he came in with a perfect plex, and that was a superb victory for Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect keeps his winning ways going here in the World Wrestling Federation, and by the reaction from the crowd reaction inside, what a blockbuster.
Sir, I'm late. Can you direct me to my seat?
I beg your pardon?
Can you direct me to my seat?
I'm not an usher. I'm Bobby the Brain Heenan. You wonder where your seat is? It's right behind you.
Why don't you help the young lady?
I don't work here. She gets lost on my fault.
Embarrassing.
She's used to driving movies anyway.
Will
you can tell.
Stop. You've been dying to get in there to see the movie.
Well, then I gotta go show her.
No, it's too late now. You had your opportunity. She wanted somebody to take her to her seat. You could have stayed
I
right
wonder if
there.
the audience is safe with somebody like that and they're loose.
Please. Did you see some of the results that came in over the weekend? Some of the box office smash?
Well, they're lined up outside
record-breaking?
right now. I've never seen crowds like this.
It is something.
The rumor must have gone out that my family and I are in the picture.
You're not.
I know
That's
that.
one of the things making this movie a tremendous hit. Hulk Hogan is the star and not your friend Zeus. I got news for you. Plenty more action still to come with plenty more guests on this edition of Prime Time. We'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Mooney. Few will argue that persistence pays off. And that is especially true here in the World Wrestling Federation. If there is one thing to admire about the fabulous Rougeau brothers, it is their persistence. They want to make it to the top of the World Wrestling Federation. Right now, Jacques and Raymond are standing by. They're joined by Jimmy Hart.
You guys are fabulous! Just fabulous! Definitely the best dressed tag team in the World Wrestling Federation, baby!
Well, thank you very much, Jimmy. I mean, what else could be expected of the fabulous Rougeau brothers and Jimmy Hart? Now, let me tell you one thing, Rockers. Aren't you a little envious? I mean, we can still sing, but you can't. We have beautiful capes, and you've got torn-up T-shirts.
Ain't that great? You walk into a beautiful arena with 20,000 people, and there comes those Shrekors. I mean rockers upside down, Shrekors. There they come out of the dressing room like ballet dancers. Let me tell you something. You want to see class, you want to see style, you want to see something sensational, you want to see something fabulous. Just take a look at us right now.
Well, certainly the fabulous Rougeau brothers are one very determined tag team. I also see they have a new addition to their wardrobes, obviously courtesy of Jimmy Hart's tailor. Elsewhere, let's hear from another superstar. He's the Red Rooster.
And I first of all want to thank each and every one of my little rooster boosters out there for your support, and especially the chicks. Things are going great, but everybody's coming up to me saying, "Hey, Rooster, what is that new move you're doing that makes everybody give up? It's cool, but we don't know what it is." Well, it's called the flying chicken wing, because when I get somebody up in that hold, it uses their own body weight against them, and I feel like that's the hold that's going to take me to the top of the World Wrestling Federation. Now, there's all sorts of guys that think that they got a reverse for it, they think that they are the only ones that won't be put in it. But I'm telling everybody out there, all the Rooster Boosters that are on my side, stay with me. We're going to the top. Everything's going great. And the thing that's going to take us there is the flying chicken wing.
Well, that is one riled-up Red Rooster, the cock of the walk here in the World Wrestling Federation. And since he is no longer under the wing of Bobby the Brain Heenan, he has put together some string of victories. The Rooster finally wised up about Bobby the Brain Heenan and flew the coop. We'll be back with more action right after this.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Currently in the ring area, weighing in with a total combined weight of 470 pounds, here are Ray Brown and his partner, Jerry Lynn. And their opponents, soon to be entering the ring area, led by their manager, the Doctor of Style, Slick, weighing in with a total combined weight of 814 pounds. Here are Big Boss Man and a King, the
That's a lot of men coming down that aisle, I can tell you that.
Certainly is. The Twin Powers. Look at those monsters. Both of them around that 6 feet 10-inch mark. Two huge men in excess of 800 pounds combined weight, and they have proved themselves to be absolutely awesome with their crushing power.
And certainly with the Slickster right now, these two men feel that they are in line to be the tag team champions of the World Wrestling Federation. But of course, we know that that is much easier said than done.
Absolutely, but Slick has done a wonderful job with these two men. He has molded their talents, their power, their size, and all their ability into one, and they have come out a splendid team. They really have. They're right at the top of the ratings. I would say they are definitely the #1 challengers for the tag team championship that is held so ably by Demolition, Axe and Smash.
No doubt. Jerry Lynn will start against Akeem, and a key, Alfred, you touched on it, is that these two men have been able to use their size quite well. There's been a lot of big men before who have not been able to, but these two men certainly can.
Yes, they have. They really have. And another thing that has happened with them that I didn't expect for one moment, they are entirely, without being selfish, once they're in the ring, they will tag out to each other. They will bring each other in, and as we have seen on other occasions, here is an example of that. Now, Akeem could have just continued there, his onslaught on Jerry Lynn, but he didn't. He chose to give it to the big boss man. They share their duties.
Right to the midsection. That's a great point, because one could concern maybe about the endurance factor with these two men, but they constantly tag in and out, and it keeps a fresh man in all the time.
Yes, and of course, all of that is due to that very, very astute of managers there, Rick Slick.
Okay, we talked about the tag team champions, Demolition. They're standing by, watching this event. Let's go to Demolition.
Twin Towers, you think you're the biggest and the baddest tag team. Your manager Slick's always yapping. Well, there's one way to find out.
That's right. Why don't you bring it right in that ring against us? Why don't you bring it against the tag team champion? And you know something? We're gonna kick your stinking teeth in.
Now, there are two men right there. Great move by the big boss man. Two men right there afraid of nothing.
They're not. And you know, if I were watching this tag team match and I was in the shoes of the champions, I would be a little afraid of what could happen to me.
Well, there's no doubt the size, the big splash from Akeem out of the ropes, and he pins Ray Brown with it. The size, the big factor. Let's get the official word.
Here are your winners, the Twin Towers.
I don't think there was any doubt about that. The question is, can they defeat Demolition? And that's the valid point right there.
Absolutely. They had absolutely no trouble whatsoever with this combination of Ray Brown and Jerry Lynn. But would they have more trouble, and I'm sure they would, obviously, against the champions? They do things so proficiently, and now they're showing just exactly how brutal they can be. Look at this. There is absolutely no call for this. They've handcuffed young Jerry Lynn to the top rope. Slick has taken the referee's attention, and look at this. This young lad is completely at their mercy now.
No, you're right. No call for this at all as they batter away at young Jerry Lynn on the ropes. And Albert, let's take a look at exactly how these two men obtained the win again.
Well, here you see Jerry Lynn was helpless. He had his chest over that middle rope. In came the boss man, softened him up for that mighty splash by Akeem. A great victory for the Twin Towers.
The Twin Towers, your winner, looking for Demolition.
Well, Brain, last week you put together that mongrel combination, Bad News Brown and the Brawler,
Successful,
and they
though.
were successful, but competition's a little
Hey,
tougher
Clam,
this week.
Elmer, Humanoid, come here. Bring me some
Competition
popcorn.
this week for them is the
Bring me
Bushwhackers.
one of those things of popcorn.
We're conducting a program here.
I want some
You're
popcorn.
screaming. Couldn't you just
I
ask
can't get up to
nicely?
leave. Bring me some popcorn.
You can get up and leave
Quick.
anytime you like. Oh,
You moron.
will you stop?
I'll get you some more. Don't get me anything.
Are you satisfied now?
No, I'm not satisfied now. That's it. I got one piece of popcorn.
Well, the rest is coming in. I guarantee you. Sit down and
Sit down. I gotta throw,
stop
look, I-
disrupting the entire program, will you please?
Butter on me.
You got butter on you. So you're lucky it wasn't a Coke. Let's go to ringside right now. Take a look at the Bushwhackers.
Okay, want a pizza?
This tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. In the corner to my right, introducing first at a total combined weight of 529 pounds, from Brooklyn, New York, the Brooklyn Brawler. His partner from Harlem, New York, Bad News Bro.
Well, we we've seen this combination before. Two very tough
their
men.
Opponents from New Zealand at a total combined weight of 498 pounds, Luke and Butch, the Bushwhackers.
Here they come, the Bushwhackers. And you can see the fans delight at the entrance of these two men. Butch and Luke, the Bushwhackers. And you know, Alfred, as you take a look at this confrontation between the Bushwhackers and, of course, the team of the Brooklyn Brawler and Bad News Brown, as all the fans are into this Bushwhacker thing. Look at them.
They love the Bushwhacker bounce, that dance that these two perform so sort of not majestically or anything like that, but so ably.
So ably.
At the top of this program, you said we've seen this combination before, and you were referring to Bad News Brown and the Brooklyn Brawler. We have seen them before. They are destructive. They can exert a lot of force and pressure on their opponents, but these opponents in particular, they don't care. They are unorthodox. They do the unexpected. They come in with no game plan. It's difficult to do something against them. Let us see how Bad News Brown and the Brawler shape out against this unpredictable duo.
Well, it'll be very interesting. You're not going to see, I'm sure, I may be wrong, but I wouldn't think you would look for many headlocks or go-behinds here. There'll be a lot of slugging and
yes, I'm sure this will be some sort of war of physical attrition here.
That's right.
They're going to pound each other into the mat, I would imagine. There's no beautiful flying head scissors by either of the Brawler, the Bad News Brown, or for that matter, the Bushwhackers.
And just as expected, the Brawler comes out slugging right to the eyes of Butch of the Bushwhackers. He is back to the near side ropes, sends him far side, and he ducks out of the way, hits the ropes again. Good clothesline from Butch. And calls out to the fans, I guess. I don't know what he's doing there.
That was a nice move, actually, by Butch, because the Brawler went for his face with that clothesline, and Butch just neatly ducked underneath it.
Luke is in now, sending the Brawler over right to the midsection nicely with the foot. And there's a go behind, but he goes right behind with the teeth into the behind and tags out to Butch. Double clothesline, sending down the Brawler. And these two men working quite well together early part of this match.
They are indeed, and their teamwork is very, very good. They've made several changes already, whereas Bad News Brown and the Brawler haven't been able to make one tag team change yet. I'm really quite pleasantly delighted with them working together as a team.
Well,
here's your first tag.
There's your tag, and the big man from Harlem, Bad News Brown, came in talking, and Butch went right to the head. Wrong move, a big headbutt. And it's Bad News Brown now on the offense with the headbutt and the elbow. And now maybe a chokehold here as the referee calls for the break.
Yes, Bad News Brown seems to be faring a little better than the Brawler did. He's coming here, open the offense for his team, and he's doing quite well now against Butch of the Bushwhackers.
You know, the key here, Alfred, may be he is so much bigger than the Bushwhackers, and it appears the Brawler is more their size.
Yes, that is absolutely true. But then again, I've seen the Bushwhackers against really big, huge men, and they've handled them most efficiently. Not very prettily, but most efficiently.
That's true. They certainly have, and they certainly have made quite a name for themselves here in the World Wrestling Federation. Right to the face goes the Brooklyn Brawler, and certainly this is a man that certainly can pour on the heat when you have the advantage, the Brawler.
Yes, he's definitely a front runner. Once he gets on top, he's absolutely relentless. His attack is intense. He will not let you go, and he's after you all the time. Here, he made a schoolboy mistake in the ring. Look at that.
Right to the chin, and now the tag. Luke is in as he tiptoes over and kicks him in right in the midsection. A roundhouse right hand with the Brawler. Another bite, this one right on the bridge of the nose. And Luke, that unorthodox style of his, certainly taking command right here. And a flying elbow. Didn't expect to see that one.
No, I didn't. A magnificent move there by Butch. He combines the primitive with a certain amount of Brawler-type finesse.
Okay, the tag, and Bad News Brown is back in, but Luke does not quit. He goes to the midsection. And a combination blows here, right with a double thrust, right to the throat. Getting Bad News to the other side. Here he comes. No, Bad News Brown waiting for him with both feet in the air.
And Bad News Brown a trifle fortunate there, because for a moment it looked as if Luke was going to really control him, but he managed to get away with it. And Luke, throwing caution to the wind, I don't think he's ever shown caution in any case, came flying into that turnbuckle, straight into those big boots of Bad News Brown.
You know, we've talked so much about a great execution in the World Wrestling Federation, and even though Bad News Brown, the man in the ring right now, is more of a brawler style, he really executes each blow quite well.
Yes, he does. He gets a lot of good leverage. He's got a lot of balance. Even though he's, once again, not very pretty to watch, he is totally effective.
Very effective, and he is, I don't know, giving some words of advice maybe to the Brooklyn Brawler prior to the tag. Nevertheless, the Brawler cuts off the potential tag from the Bushwhackers, picks up Luke, slams him down, looks around, and misses with an elbow drop.
Well, he waited so long, Tony. I mean, anything could have happened there. A whole train could have gone through by the time he landed. And look at him, once again, very, very slow. The Brawler hasn't been slowed down. This is his natural moving.
He missed that time, and it's Butch with the quickness coming in, sending the Brawler to the other side in a big thrust. Off of the ropes, a tag, and Luke is back in. Here comes the battering ram, as we've seen before, from the Bushwhackers. Got him as he turned around. Great double team work here, and look at the Bad News Brown on the other side, looking the other way, talking to some fans. Meanwhile, the double knee drop and the pin.
Oh, moving very, very smoothly, the Bushwhackers. A great 1, 2, 3 for a victory for the Bushwhackers. And look at them, they're absolutely highly delighted.
The Bushwhackers win the match as they walk off to the cheers of all the fans here. But there's a shoving match going on in the ring.
There's quite a bit of dissension there, and I don't blame the Brooklyn Brawler one iota. Bad News Brown was looking around at the audience, conducting some sort of conversation with a pretty girl down there, and he missed all the action, missed the finish. And look at this! A ghetto blaster on Brawler. Well, I'm blessed. That's his partner, Tony.
Well, he walks away, leaving his partner laying in the ring. But Alfred, let's take a look at how the win occurred once again.
Well, here we see that famous battering ram that the Bushwhackers used so effectively, and down went a very lethargic Brawler, who after all had taken quite a bit of punishment. And look at the other side of the ring. Bad News Brown not looking at all. His attention completely diverted, and what a wonderful, wonderful victory for, and there's that ghetto blaster on his own partner there.
Okay, your winners, the Bushwhackers.
Well, Brain, things didn't work out too well this week, did they?
Things work out fine for me all the time.
I'm talking about the Brawler. You and the Brawler.
No, I don't. Leave me alone.
That mongrel team that you put together didn't fare too well, did they?
Well, there's a little rough spots there, but I'll iron that out.
Yeah?
Yes.
Right now, we're going to take you to another star here in the World Wrestling Federation, referring to Sean Mooney as we go to the WWF Event Center.
Sean who?
Mooney.
You've heard the term excellence of execution. Now, to define that term is easy enough. It means a wrestler who not only possesses speed and agility, but excellent ring skills as well. And whether it be in singles competition or tag team competition, it doesn't matter. Well, one man comes immediately to mind. Let's hear from Bret the Hitman Hart.
You know, in the WWF, there is a lot of changes. And one important change is now Rick Rude holds the Continental Championship belt. That is something I want. I tasted the glory of the tag team belts with the Anvil, but this is something for me, singly, I've always wanted. The Continental belt. That's something that the Hitman should have, and I can feel it. I can feel it every night when I go out in the building. I can hear the people, and I see everybody with the Hitman glasses on, and I can feel it. The people are behind the Hitman, and that means anybody, Mr. Perfect, the Warlord, anybody. It doesn't matter because the Hitman is on a roll, and he is going to roll over anybody, especially while there's changes in the WWF.
Well, once you see Bret the Hitman Hart in the ring, you will know why his nickname, the Hitman, fits him perfectly. He is one of the most feared wrestlers in all the World Wrestling Federation, and he has earned his reputation. Another man who has a very feared reputation. He's the Barbarian. He's joined right now by the man responsible.
All you American wrestlers, you look at Barbarian. Master Fuji, master of all martial arts. Teach the Barbarian everything. All the key eye property, the kata. And with these powerful fingers, he'll tear into your throat, and you'll be nothing. And I've taught him to make you suffer, and suffer indeed he will.
Hey!
Hey, yes, master. He's been training me. He's been giving me the muscle out from day by night. Anybody who will step in the ring, any opponent, he will be destroying. And if the master want him to scream, he will be scream.
Very true. I shut up. Look, that's on top of it.
Well, as you can see, the devious one, Mr. Fuji, in total control of the Barbarian, a man who relishes not only in victory, but in taking the punishment he inflicts on an opponent to an extreme. The action continues right after this.
Snapmare. Tyler not exploding with any kind of offense, is he?
Seems he's been intimidated from the beginning.
He has. Coming up in mere moments on this special edition of Prime Time Wrestling here in the theater lobby is one of your friends, the Honky Tonk Man.
Oh, very talented man. Can sing and dance. You probably can.
You have no idea what a film you're missing. The excitement is so
I understand that.
Hey, loud mouth.
I'll be right back.
Why is he rude and loud?
He always spoke very well of you.
English people are supposed to be gentlemen and everything.
He is a gentleman.
So loud.
We're about to...
Oh, I can't wait.
I loved it.
Oh, that miserable limey. Who does he think he's talking
Let's
to?
take a look at the Honky Tonk Man. Let's go to ringside.
Who does this more think? He's like he's even in the country.
Scheduled for one fall. Currently in the ring area, weighing in at 235 pounds and hailing from Bloomington, Minnesota, here is Red Tyler. And his opponent.
I hope he sings and dances for me.
I hope he don't.
Accompanied by his manager, Colonel Jimmy Hart.
Former Intercontinental Champion making his way down, the Honky Tonk Man. What is this, the Colonel Hour here? He's getting more exposure than you are, Brain.
I'm not concerned with that.
You're not, huh?
He's a good manager.
He is, huh? You're great, though, right?
I'm excellent. There he goes.
You could be replaced without too much trouble, I'll tell you that.
Not going to replace me with anybody, pal.
It wouldn't take anybody to replace you, you know that? I could get along quite nicely without you, period.
If anybody's going to take a hike, it's going to be you.
It is.
You're going to be down there selling popcorn and peanuts.
You wish. Honky Tonk Man looks kind of strange without that Intercontinental Championship belt around his waist.
Looks just fine.
Got used to that.
He looks just fine.
He does, huh? Got a big smile on his kisser. Mr. Nice Guy.
Good, clean break. Comment on that.
Devious individual behind those clean breaks.
Pat him on the back. Give him some praise.
Yeah. Don't forget, a pat on the back's only 18 inches away from kicking the pants. That's what you need. A pat on the back.
Thank you.
Look out. Head first. Right into the top turnbuckle.
Good shot by our director.
That's an illegal move in there, ref. Snapmare. Red Tyler not exploding with any kind of offense, is he?
Seems he's been intimidated from the beginning.
He has. La Crosse, Wisconsin, where we're at here this week for Wrestling Challenges. One of the hotbeds. Also located here, the University of Wisconsin. Of course, you wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah, you can learn how to bowl here.
Just like that, put it on, shake, rattle, and roll. Could have counted to 300.
Not him. Sing now. Get that mic and sing for me.
Honky Tonk Man chalking up another one in the win column. Oh, he is singing.
Shh, quiet.
Give me a break.
You be quiet?
We got a lot of things to do here this week.
You wouldn't interrupt Pavarotti.
No, I wouldn't. You put him in the same class as Pavarotti? Give me a break.
Pavarotti's not that good.
Take the music.
Pavarotti can't dance.
Can't sing if there's
Turn
no
that
music.
music up loud.
Will you stop?
Come on, turn up. I know what you want to hear, and I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah, we want to hear the next match. Get out.
You want to hear the Honky Tonk Man sing?
Take
Turn
the
that
music
music up.
Sing it. One more time.
Well, it appears his wish was granted. We're going to have to put up with this. Well, now the music came back. Now we don't want to sing.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm not finished with my
Don't they pay the electric bill here?
I know what you want to hear. You want me to finish it?
What does he think this is, the Honky Tonk Hour?
People want to hear it.
Yeah, there's your people want to hear it. Thumbs down.
No, that's one thumb. That means more.
Turn the music up. Come on. Turn the music up.
That's about all the time we have for the Honky Tonk. We got a special interview coming up, Dwayne. We got to get this guy out of here.
Somebody turn the music
Not my department.
Wait a minute. Just a second.
There's Gene now.
Honky Tonk Man may be a case of taking a good thing too far. We've heard you sing once, we've heard you sing twice, but enough is enough.
Enough is too much, Gene.
Who's that bald-headed little runt think he's talking to?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you
Boy, is that rude.
one of the truly great all-time superstars in the World Wrestling Federation, Superfly, Jimmy Snuka.
Listen to this ovation.
Who dresses in Marlon Perkins?
You wish, Ray, you had some talent like that in your family.
Illiterate tree monkey.
Sorry, stable.
All right, Superfly, just from the reaction of this capacity crowd, these people certainly are in love with you and your high-flying style.
Good. Get that guy out of there.
Obviously, you don't know who I am. I'm the greatest of all time, and because of you, they didn't get to hear me sing my song. Now, you got to know one thing. I'm the big man on campus around here. And nobody interrupts a honky-tonk man, especially somebody that looks like you with them wild eyes and that stringy, curly hair.
Get the security.
And obviously, you don't know how to dress either. You look like you come from a jungle or something. They tell me you live in the trees, that you eat coconuts, and you pick pineapples. Yeah, go ahead. Take it off. Make a move on me. Come on, big boy. Make a move on me.
He's
Go
asking
ahead. Get
for it.
undressed. You can't even afford a pair of shoes. Now, you don't ever interrupt my music. You don't ever interrupt my song. Oh, you want to make a move, big boy? Well, make a move on the honky-tonk man. I'm the big man on campus, and nobody interrupts my music. Nobody. Not you.
Look out, Superfly.
Get out of there, Honky Tonk. The man's crazy. The man's crazy. Get out of there.
He said, make a move on me, and Superfly did.
Look at those eyes. That's a sick man, Monsoon.
Well, Brian, how many insults would it have taken for you to react?
He understands English?
Of course he understands English.
The man's illiterate.
Yeah, he speaks about 4 or 5 different languages.
They all sound alike.
Yeah. You raised and the ire of Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. There's the double I love you sign. And listen to this ovation.
That doesn't mean I love
Here's
you.
these fans in lacrosse. I guess Honky learned his lesson. Don't fool with Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. Would you drop something?
No, I didn't drop something. Some clumsy humanoid dropped something. Don't they have any help here to clean this place up?
Of course they do. They don't need. Well, the last time you reached down, you picked it up and put it in your mouth.
Oh, it was on the seat.
What kind of manners is that?
I've been eating for hours. I've been sitting here.
I've been hearing some of the fantastic reaction from No Holds Barred.
Oh,
I can't wait to get in there.
Of course, everybody's been stopping by talking to you. What am I? Topper? Casper?
Doesn't that tell you something?
They're scared to talk to me.
No, they're not scared.
To get an
They
honest
don't have
opinion.
much time. They don't want to waste any time out when they come out to the concession stand. They don't want to miss 1 minute
There
of the
hasn't
movie.
been hardly anybody out here to get anything. All that candy's going to be stale by the time those freeloaders come out of there.
That's what it's like when you have a star like Hulk Hogan as Rip and No Holds Barred. True or false?
Well, the street's packed, I'll admit that.
Well.
Place is packed in there.
Well.
I'm sitting here with you and no popcorn. That's
Remember,
fun.
there's about 400 out there yet that you promised last week tickets to.
I never
Remember that?
promised a soul. I don't know who those deadbeats
We'll
are.
be back in just a moment.
For the rest of you people that didn't make it, tough luck. Now, before we go any further, there's something I have to add.
You know, there's no doubt a big part of the World Wrestling Federation, the managers, such as Bobby the Brain Heenan, the lovely Elizabeth, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, the Slicksters, and of course, Mr. Fuji. There is a video cassette available from Coliseum Video called Brains Behind the Brawn, as we take a look at the managers and their influence on the World Wrestling Federation. Let's take a look at a clip from Brains Behind the Brawn.
I have an opportunity this week to talk to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, along with his distinguished colleagues who are present this week. And in weeks past, Mr. DiBiase, you have teased, you have taunted, you have boasted about a special new possession that you have acquired. And I'm very curious. I'd like to get some more details from you on this subject.
Okerlund, from the first day I set foot in the World Wrestling Federation, I said it, and I've proved it time and time again. Everything and everybody has a price for the $1 Million Man. You've seen the things that I've bought. People kissing my feet, wiping the sweat off my body. I have cars, I have boats, I have planes. You name it, I've got it. Now, Okerlund, I have made the biggest purchase of my entire life. I have something that nobody else in the world has.
All right, Ted DiBiase, without further explication, let's not get into the details. What in the world have you acquired? What is this newfound possession?
What it is, Okerlund, is something that throughout the history of mankind, few men have had the money to own and fewer men have owned. And today, nobody has what I've purchased, but I have it. I have it bought and paid for. Bobby Heenan, thank you very, very much.
Thank you very, very much. It's all here?
Every penny.
What are you talking about here, Ted DiBiase? Be precise.
What I'm talking about, Okerlund, is I have purchased, I have bought and paid for my own personal slave.
Slave, wait a minute, this is 1988. What are you talking about, slave? Let's hear about it.
What am I talking about? You've seen the things that I own, the things that I bought. I purchased the greatest bodyguard that a man can buy. I have purchased the greatest managerial advice that money can buy. And I even have at my disposal, at a price, a giant. And what am I talking about? Read my lips, I didn't stutter. I bought my own slave.
Your own slave. Just who might this slave be?
Well, Hercules.
Now, wait a minute, gentlemen.
Bobby, what the hell is he talking about,
Trust me, don't worry about it. Remember, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be.
This is supposed to go down, Bobby.
The party's over.
No. Bobby. The party's over. This is supposed to go down, man.
The new position you have right now is something, buddy, something that you've earned.
No!
Gentlemen, please! Oh, please! What are you doing?
Now, Hercules, learn your position.
Are you ready to give some lucky lady the rude awakening? Yeah, Bobby, I'm feeling real good-hearted tonight. I think maybe we ought to go for it. Well, let's see if we can find something lovely here. We got a lot of lovely ladies here. Let's see a show of hands.
You know, there's no doubt that managers will always have a profound influence on the World Wrestling Federation. Brains Behind the Brawn gives you that inside look at the managers in the WWF. For Coliseum Video at the WWF, I'm Tony Schiavone. More of Prime Time right after this.
Yes, and he did it quite casually and quite easily, but I believe that Powers was just luring him into that. Look at that leaping ability of Powers. My word.
Great drop kick, but I tell you
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Currently in the ring, from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing 282 pounds, Iron Mike Sharpe. And his opponent, from New York City, weighing 235 pounds, Jim Howard.
Jim Powers running to the ring, going up against Iron Mike Sharpe. Really a contrast in styles right here, and you can see it. One man running back and forth on one side of the ring, and Iron Mike not moving at all, just standing still.
No.
Giving us a pose there.
Yes, showing those mighty arms. He is a big, huge, awesome man, Mike Sharpe. And he can move around the ring.
He certainly can.
He very seldom stands still. He moves, he runs, he jumps, he shouts, he yells, he does everything in excess. But he's against a very, very great wrestler, Jim Powers, who has a lot of promise. Now then, perhaps we can hear what Sharpe is saying. No, I didn't quite catch that. Did you, Tony?
Well, it's something like, come on, come on, come on, shake, come on, come on.
Oh, you read lips?
Yes. I think he said shake once, but he's in a lot of come-ons there.
Yes.
All right, back goes Powers to the fire-ups, and, well, Sharpe backed away. And that was to the benefit of Jim Powers, of course.
Trying to observe the rules as best as he knows them. I don't know whether he can read them, but he knows how to break them.
For as long as he can observe them.
Yes. And Powers, as young and as inexperienced as he might be, he's not going to be lured into something that he could possibly come out on the wrong end of. He's a fine wrestler, Powers. He has already shown us that he can take care of himself in singles matches. He's done exceptionally well. He has a good record. Young man from New York. And Sharpe, of course, coming from the other side, the coast, the West Coast, from a family of wrestlers. His uncle and his brother were the Sharpe Riot Squad, and they held that tag team world championship for a while. And that, of course, was when Mike Sharpe was just a little kid.
And certainly probably long before I was born. And right to the back of the neck, to the top turnbuckle, goes Jim Powers. You know, Iron Mike Sharpe, second time, went now right to the top rope that time. Well, pulls the man back, so he certainly is in command of this match.
Yes, and he did it quite casually and quite easily, but I believe that Powers was just luring him into that. Look at that leaping ability of Powers. My word.
Great drop kick, but I tell you what, that exchange right there, Alfred, very impressed about the mobility of Iron Mike.
Yes, he ran. Eventually he did run into some trouble, but he was prepared to run until something positive happened, and it was a boot to the face, his face. That wouldn't make much difference to him, though.
And he tries to go up on the apron, but thinks better of it and goes right back down to the floor once again. Having some words now with the ringsiders here at the Meadowlands Arena. Great crowd on hand. We've seen some great matches, some more great matches still to come as Iron Mike comes up on the other side. Powers will help him in. And the big frame comes right over to the top, to the mat, and down to the other side. Powers to the midsection he goes.
Nicely disguised, that move by Powers. Sharpe was ready for a clothesline, but he switched it to the midsection at the last moment. Of clumsy cover, though. He didn't fully have that left leg caught there, so that allowed Sharpe to easily escape. And although Sharpe is shaking his head there, I've seldom seen this man hurt enough to where he didn't stop. He's like perpetual motion.
No
notice, though, Iron Mike, he does not waste much time outside. He comes right back in, doesn't he?
That's probably some of his mistakes. He makes a lot of mistakes during a match. I'm sure his record would be much better if he didn't have these lapses of concentration, but he's a happy, jolly giant.
Sending Powers in. Powers knocked him down.
Did he knock him down, too?
Over the top, Jim Powers. Good leapfrog. Waiting on Sharpe. And, well, you talk about mistakes, and there was one right there.
That didn't speak much for his leaping ability either, did it?
Tried a drop kick, and only thing Powers had to do was take 1/2 step back, and he went right back to the mat. Jim Powers now, maybe making a mistake here. He's got the man down, looking around and wasting a lot of time. Had the referee look the other way.
Yes. Well, Powers is apt to showboat just a little. He shouldn't do. He's a young man, a youngster. He should concentrate on wrestling more. He does have the ability. He has a lot of ability, in fact, and he certainly has the physical attributes needed to back up that ability. But sometimes he showboats a little bit, and it gets him into trouble. There's Iron Mike creating a timeout, a wrestler's timeout.
The wrestler's timeout is right. Iron Mike back to the apron. And coming back in the ring. Good look at Jim Powers, and what a fine athlete this young man is.
He is indeed. He's liable, though, to lapses of concentration also. Powers, I've seen him in extremely important matches where he's almost lost them because of some of those lapses. He seems to run hot and run cold, but he is a fine wrestler, of that there is no doubt. And he's one of the most promising of the younger set of wrestlers that we have in the World Wrestling Federation. A great prospect.
Well, Iron Mike Sharpe trying to get the crowd to quiet down here. The crowd not wanting Jim Powers to lock up here, but Jim Powers not going to back down from this chance.
No, I would say if it's a test of strength here, these two are very, very evenly matched.
That's right. Sharpe is the bigger man, but Powers very well developed.
He is, and a little advantage there, unfair advantage. Not against the rules, just unfair advantage taken by Iron Mike. And I don't blame him. I mean, this is a man's profession. You do it the man's way.
That's right, Alfred. The referee checking with Jim Powers, who's back to one knee here. Pushing, using the leg strength to push back up, but gets that advantage once again with the foot.
Iron Mike thinks he's so smart, so clever, so intelligent here, and he's not adverse to telling everybody how smart he is either. He's carrying a little more bulk than he usually carries, Tony. Is that some sort of winter wear that he's made for himself there?
Well, we're in the midst of spring here, Alfred. It's like,
he should be shedding that now.
Yeah, something like that should go out with March. A kick to the midsection and twisting on the arm right to the wrist lock. Now the armbar. Powers being moved back to left corner there, neutral corner. Big slap, and that was right on target.
And that echoed right round the Meadowlands Arena here. And Powers really felt that one to the upper part of his chest.
Shoulder first to the turnbuckle. Powers takes him over the wrist and jumps right down onto the arm of Iron Mike. Second time.
Some nice maneuvers there by Powers. He's very easy to watch. He moves very fluidly in the ring. He has a good knowledge of wrestling holds that can be destructive and painful and certainly wear down your opponents. But there again, just a slight lapse of concentration, and he suffered a tremendous blow to the back of the neck.
And there is no doubt that Sharpe, Alfred, has a very hard, very lethal tight blow with that right arm, but Powers was working on the other arm.
Yes.
And left that right arm wide open. Look at this. That is a heavy hit. You know, we talked so much about the hammer Greg Valentine and those big hits of his, but let's take a look at this man here.
That was indeed a very, very heavy hit. And our cameraman there takes you right inside the ring to register all the pain that was on the face of Jim Powers. And I must say that our cameramen are doing a splendid job here this evening.
Right you are. Over the top. Powers trying to get up, and so is that man, Iron Mike. Both men up just about the same time, but Powers has his back to Sharpe. Sharpe grabs him by the hair, has him up against the ropes, and this is where Powers can really get into some trouble here. To the far side he goes. He caught the foot.
Very quick. Quick move by Powers. showing his ability to think while on the move.
Spins him around for the atomic drop. Gets the big man up and executes it nicely. Goes to the corner after Iron Mike. So Jim Powers with some offense here. Couple of kicks to the midsection and to the other side. Going in. Iron Mike out of the way. Showing some quickness here also.
Yes, Mike, very, very sharp, very quick there. A little slight play on his name there, being Sharpe, of course. And he's showing Powers that a veteran wrestler can dish out a lot of punishment. But look at the sloppy cover by Mike. You've got to grab those legs.
It was indecisive, too.
Yes, it was. You just cannot pin a man like Powers just laying across the upper part of his body. And he is inclined to lose that very, very short fused temper of his, and if he loses it too much against the referee, especially this referee, he'll find his walking papers being handed to him.
Now a big hip toss. Sending Powers out, hit on the small of his back, and Sharpe right after him again. Other side, trying to go to the turnbuckle. No! Jim Powers blocked it, and now sending the head of Sharpe to the top turnbuckle. And the fans counting right with him. On the near side here, the big man from Hamilton taking over now to the other corner. 10 to each corner. Now Jim Powers shooting him to the ropes. Oh, he came with a clothesline out of the turnbuckle.
And Mike's head must be absolutely spinning after all that punishment he's taken in the turnbuckle. Good, solid drop kick.
Well executed. And the foot's on the ropes.
Indeed, just managed to get that long right foot to the bottom rope and only just managed to avert defeat there.
Now to the ropes again. Oh, big right hand by Sharpe coming out of the ropes. Caught Jim Powers. Taking the youngster now with the Irish whip to the far side. Trying to clothesline. Powers underneath. Left jabs to the face. Sending Sharpe to the near ropes. Power slamming. Iron Mike down. And getting the 3 count. Nicely done by that youngster from New York City. And let's go down and get the official
Here is your winner, Jim Powers.
That was a nice win.
That really was. Jim Powers executed that last maneuver so beautifully. His timing was absolutely perfect. It was precise, right on the mark. He got both legs, he trapped them both, he had the shoulders down, I should say, and now it's to the showers for Mike with a loss.
That's right.
We're back, folks. World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions Demolition. Still, you said, Brain, that... Hi! Rosati's sister.
The Rosati's Attack of the Lardettes.
Will you
I'm getting out of here. Run for your life.
You're not going anywhere. Sit down. You told me, Brain, that after WrestleMania 5 that Demolition would not have the title anymore. Well, you were brutally mistaken.
That's what I thought.
Hi.
Oh, fine. You enjoying the movie?
Starving, but oh, it's wonderful. I love it.
Well, good. Hurry back. Don't miss any of it.
We won't.
Okay. Hi. How you doing? A little snack for the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Come on, open that door. Oh, I'm hungry.
That won't last them 3 minutes in there.
Will you stop? Sit down.
Let me tell you something. Usually when they go through in a line, don't they hold on to their tails and trunks?
Oh, you're disgusting. You know that?
Oh, you know, they're sitting around 7, 9, 8, 12, and 8. There's no oxygen in there.
I can't believe it.
We should rip off a couple of cherries. They might need a toothpick.
Will you stop?
The following tag team contest is scheduled for 1 fall. About to be in the ring area, weighing in with a total combined weight of 588 pounds. Here are the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Axe and Smash Demolition. And their opponents, weighing with a total combined weight of 479 pounds. Here are Todd Becker and Fuller Stevens.
Todd Becker and Fuller Stevens against Demolition, the WWF Tag Team Champions. What an entrance they have, but certainly once they disrobe, they can certainly back up that awesome entrance.
Oh, they really can, and look at them. Already, I mean, they must have struck or into the hearts of many other opponents, but I'm sure they have done that exactly now to Todd Becker and Fuller Stevens, 2 youngsters. And I believe that's Fuller Stevens who's in the ring, opening up with Smash, and he's in for a very, very, may I say, rude awakening.
Stevens into the neutral corner as Smash sends him to the other side. Comes in to get him with an elbow. Certainly outweighing these 2 young men. and certainly doing what the name implies, demolishing these men from the beginning. Look at them both double teamed as Axe lives up to his name, just chopping away on Stevens.
Well, one thing about Demolition, they are champions, but they never take any match for granted. They go in there and they treat all opposition the same, as if they could lose all their prestige by just losing one particular bout. They never, ever allow themselves to get lulled into a situation where they think they have a bout sewn up from the opening belt.
In other words, they know only one speed.
Yes.
And that is fast and straight ahead.
Yes. And what a thankful thing for that young man that he is. He tagged out, and here's somebody else who's going to a rude awakening, I'm afraid. Young Todd Becker.
Pounding away on Becker is Smash, as these two men are basically lifeless against Demolition. Hard slam down. Certainly these two men you talked about, they know only one speed, and they know how to approach the match only one way. They really have to, even more so, when they face a team like the Twin Towers.
Yes, they do. These two young men, Becker and Fuller, what a welcome for them to the tag team world of the World Wrestling Federation. They've come in here obviously full of hopes and aspirations, but quickly those hopes and aspirations are being killed by these two men, the champions, the World Wrestling Federation tag team champions, Axe and Smash. Look at this!
Here comes your double team elbow, possibly, as Axe is up top. Yes, sir! Right on the upper part of the body. Perfectly applied, and it is all over. These two men. Demolition, let's get the official word.
Here are your winners, the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Demolition.
No question about that. You see the Demolition fans all around, but Alfred, let's take a look at how the champs won once again.
Just let's look at that. To me, Demolition look to be getting stronger and stronger every match I see them. If that's possible, when they won that championship, I thought, my goodness, what a great team they are. Look at the way Axe came off that top rope and smashed those opponents into the ground. A tremendous victory for Demolition, the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, and we'll be right back.
Axe and Smash, Demolition, proving to everyone why, in fact, they are the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions.
They're very lucky. You know, my brain busters just that close from taking the World Wrestling Federation Championship.
You think
It'll happen.
so?
I know it'll happen.
You think so?
I think so. I know so.
I don't think. Why don't you find somebody to team up with Andre the Giant?
He's his own team.
Oh, he's his own team.
That's right.
In other words, he's not eligible for the tag team.
No one will
title.
get in the ring with him, let's just put it that way.
I know someone who'll get in the ring with Andre the Giant.
Who?
Big John Studd, and you know that too.
Well, he is that dumb.
Yeah, he's done that on a number of occasions. All kinds of exciting things happening on this special edition of Prime Time Wrestling as we're talking exclusively about the major motion picture, No Holds Barred. But right now, let's take a look at Dusty Rhodes' Americana.
Well, I'm the pizza man. I'm the pizza man. I can do it when you can, cause I'm the ever-loving Americana pizza man. Yeah, I love this job, I'm telling you that, brother. Woo, let's see what we got. This the house. Yeah, it is. Wow. All right, pizza, pizza, pizza. I'm the pizza man. Oh, yeah, let me see here. Let me see now. We got that, that's sardine pizza. That's that old Mountain Oyster pizza, and then, oh, my favorite pizza of all, pig feet pizza with a little bit of snout on the side. Woo! I'm the pizza man, I'm the pizza man. Yeah, ding dong. Americana pizza. Boy, look at this. Woo, hi, pretty lady. Americana pizza for you. Yes,
I
ma'am.
hope you have my sardine pizza.
I got your sword. I got it right there.
Mountain-grown oyster pizza?
Your mountain-grown oyster pizza, but I got something for you. I can tell you order this pig feet pizza.
Oh, yes.
A little extra snout on the side.
Yes.
Woo-hoo.
Ooh, my
there
favorite.
you go, darling.
Why don't you try some? It's my favorite.
Can I try some?
You'll love it.
Oh,
You'll
all
love it.
right. Yeah.
Ooh.
2 pieces. That's good for your tummy, and it's yummy, yummy, yummy.
Hey, aren't you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Sean Mooney. It has long been argued just who is the strongest man in the World Wrestling Federation. Is it Hercules or Canadian strongman Dino Bravo? Well, if you will go by who speaks the loudest, it has got to be Dino Bravo. Right now, he is standing by with his new manager, Jimmy Hart.
Dino Bravo is the last step to the Triple Crown in the World Wrestling Federation. I've managed the Intercontinental Champion. I have managed the World Tag Team Champions. But the one belt that's eluded me, Dino, is that World Championship.
And that's the one I want, Jimmy. And that's the one I'm gonna get this year. I've made a promise to you, and I feel this is my mission. The mission of my career. Beat Hulk Hogan for the World Championship. And nobody's gonna stop me. I don't care who they throw there. Hercules, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Big John Studd. I don't care who it is. You're all gonna realize that the world's strongest man is gonna become, in a very short time, the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion of the world.
Dino Bravo, Dino Bravo, Dino Bravo.
Well, already you can see the influence of Jimmy Hart on Canada's strongest man, Dino Bravo, a man who continues to climb his way to the top of the World Wrestling Federation, and he plans to bring along his new manager. Right now, it's time to hear from the high-flying Koko B. Ware.
I feel good, oh yes I do. Every time the fans look at me, makes me feel good. Yeah, what about that new hairdo on that Birdman? Whoa, what about it, Frankie? Oh, yeah, I know it's sweet, brother, and it's sweet to me, brother, because you see in the World Wrestling Federation, you gotta be a creator, because if you snooze, you lose in the World Wrestling Federation, and because you see we got all the top guns here, brother, and we gotta take on everybody, Frankie. That's right, we gotta take on maybe Andre the Giant one of these days. We may have to take on the Barbarian one of these days. That Weasel Bobby Heenan, bring them all on, brother, because we're here, brother, and we're ready to punch somebody out.
Well, I'm sure if there's anyone who is pleased to see the new hairstyle of Koko B. Ware, it is Frankie. The two looking more and more alike each day. And I'll tell you what, the Birdman Koko B. Ware not only sporting a new look, but an entirely new attitude. Keep your eye on Koko B. Ware. We'll be back with more action when we return.
Attempting something early in this match. He's really stood aside and just let Hillbilly Jim do what he wants to. Is he testing his firepower or what?
Well, his timing is way off.
Here's a look at the No Holds Barred magazine, which is on the stands just as the film is out this weekend. And
how come my picture's not in that magazine?
You know, come to think of it, it's not.
What an atrocity.
Aha! All right, Jesse. Time to get down a little bit here. On his way to the squared circle.
Chico.
No, not Chico, please.
Entering the ring from Topeka, Mexico, weighing 244 pounds, Tito Santana.
Santana in tremendous condition.
You know, I just figured out why Chico probably goes by Tito.
Why?
You don't think he's an illegal alien, do you, McMahon?
Jesse, come on. Went to school down in West Texas?
Don't matter, he could have been a foreign exchange student.
Oh, really? Standing by, Rick Martel. Never at a loss for words these days.
Santana, when you're as good as I am, it's hard to be humble. But you, better than anybody, are finding out that when I said I'm the best, I meant it. And you know there's not a thing you can do about it.
Well, that's humility for you.
The man has confidence now, a newfound confidence that I never saw in Rick Martel before when he was Chico's partner.
Maybe Slick has something to do with that.
Could well be. Good observation, McMahon. You're not usually quite that
astute.
Astute, yeah.
Thank you. In control of the moment, Tito Santana. And I would really enjoy watching Santana square off against Martel. Two classic wrestlers in there.
Wow, interesting. Rugged Ronnie Garvin doing his new job thanks to Valentine.
That's not funny. Millman shoves Santana. It's a shoulder block. Off the ropes, Tito comes over and puts on the brakes. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, now was there really a call for that?
Oh, no. A lunge, series out to Millman, and the receiving end of an armbar. Pulling of an alleged hair pull. His arm hurts now.
Well, that's quite obvious.
He'll get no sympathy from Rugged Ronnie Garvin. With that Zeus on the cover of No Holds Barred magazine. My God, he is a monster.
Is he really that much taller than Hogan?
Supposed to be 6'11". 343 pounds. You wish you were that big, Jesse.
Well, if I was that big, I'd be in the NBA, McMahon.
Oh, really?
Sure.
Santana, I think, enjoying himself in there this week. At least he was.
Well, I'll tell you, Jake Millman is no pushover. This guy's a tough guy.
Santana has him up and down to the canvas. And Millman back to his feet. There's a flying forearm on the side of the head.
I think he'll get it.
Yeah, no question. 2 and make it 3. Santana.
Here is your winner, Tito Santana.
Yeah. Pretty lady enjoying the talents of Tito Santana.
Well, you know, McMahon, we were talking about high flying and getting up into the air. In a second here, we'll have a 10. Whoa, what's this going? Oh, now there's no call for nothing like that.
What do you mean?
That's exactly what I mean about rugged Ronnie Garvin. He's a referee. Talking about getting in the air, though. Here you see Chico high flying, catching Millman with that forearm, and a 1, 2, 3, and a big win for Chico.
Why don't you just sit back and have one of these ice cream bars, Jesse?
Look at that little glutton.
Extend that waistline of yours.
Feature time this week here on Prime Time Wrestling. The Hammer Valentine taking on your pal from Mudlick.
That's not my pal from Mudlick.
That's what you said last week.
No, I said he should eat out of a pail, not that he's my pal.
Oh, Luke! Boy, he's having a good time at the movie, I guarantee you that.
Obviously, the health department's not here.
What do you mean?
That man should be condemned.
Will you stop?
Should be vacuumed. What a pig!
I wonder where his partner was.
He's probably in the trash can
Let's go to
someplace.
ringside right now, Cops Coliseum, as we take a look at Greg the Hammer Valentine taking on Hillbilly Jim. Let's go to ringside.
And Hillbilly Jim, you were saying before what a resolute character. He came back from an injury that would have put most people, 90% of the wrestlers, out of wrestling for their entire life, but not Hillbilly Jim.
Well, part of that was he didn't have anything else to do. You know, sat at home there with Granny and, no, I'm only kidding.
With Granny Kim and the Bloodhounds.
Really a dedicated individual.
I tell you something, I bet Granny Kim was a lot to do with him rehabilitating himself there.
Oh, no question.
Some of the victuals and maybe a little white lightning every now and again.
You can bet on that. Some of those old country remedies, too.
Yes. Yes, they're wonderful, those old country remedies. I wish I knew what she did for him.
I caught Hillbilly one time in the locker room using Absorbine Senior on his leg. That's for horses. They use that on horses, you know.
Yes.
He was rubbing it right in. He said he'd been using it all his life. The only side effects he had was every couple of weeks he had a strange urge for a bale of hay. That's all. Other than that, he said it was fine. It smelled terrible. Terrible smelling stuff. I said, where do you even go and get this? You can't go to the drugstore and buy this. No, he said, you go to veterinary supply store and get it.
He is a character, he really is. And that man, the Hammer, Greg Valentine, he is a very, very tough man under any circumstances whatsoever. And although we've been expounding on the abilities of Hillbilly Jim, we ought to expound a little on Greg Valentine, who has been right to the top of the ladder for many, many years.
Former Intercontinental Champion.
Yes, he was indeed.
Co-holder of the Tag Team Championship.
Yes. And now he's the holder of the Heartbreaker.
He certainly is.
What is that he's doing?
I guess he thought he was Hulk Hogan.
I think he did.
He might have had a lapse of memory here. Only similarity is the blonde hair. That's about where it ends, right there.
I would say so. Yes, definitely.
This must be one of the new referees in the WWE. If I don't recognize this young fellow in the ring right now.
No, I've seen him. He's got a very quick turn of wit. I can't bring to mind at the moment.
Oh, cartwheel by Hillbilly Jim and a single leg trip.
And Hammer just stood there, admiring the cartwheel, and was suddenly taken by surprise.
He's sort of shocked.
Yes.
Well, Brain, the Hammer, as you well know, I'm sure, has put more men out of professional wrestling than anyone else that I can think of.
With the figure four leg lock, may I add?
Yeah, well, now he's got that weapon on there.
No, he has a bad calf, and I think
does
it's
not.
a
Oh, He's having a good time, too. It's unusual to see them not together, though. I don't understand.
You know what's
that.
unusual?
What?
There's no leash. That man should have a leash on
This
him.
one a long way from being over. We'll be back in just a moment with the conclusion.
You have to get shots here or something?
Well, folks, we're about to take you back to Cops Coliseum in Hamilton, Ontario. This most interesting matchup going on, and boy, I can't believe some of the stuff.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here they are. They finally met each other. They found each other. Whoa! Bushwhackers out.
How are you, baby? How are you, mate?
Great time they're having, huh? No wonder you want to be in there.
No, I want to be out here now.
All kinds of excitement. Let's take
This
you back.
place will be a parking lot tomorrow. This is not no
Will you
theater.
stop? We're going back to Cops. Let's go back to ringside.
Oh, what?
Well, his timing is way off, for one thing. You can tell that by that particular move he made, that drop down. I don't know. He may be sick, Your Lordship. He hasn't begun to perspire even yet.
No.
And look at Hillbilly, sweating like a pig.
Yes.
No play on words there.
No.
Just had nothing to do with the farm or anything. Just
No, but they are his favorite little creatures apart from those bloodhounds.
Hammer now poked him in the eye to gain this upper hand here, and now he's really going to work.
Yes,
But it takes him about 12 or 15 minutes to get wound up.
That's very true. He's impervious to punishment all that time, and that's his forte. He can shrug it off. You can pound and pound away at him. He gets stronger as the time goes by. Look at this.
As small as he is, he did some damage there.
Well, you got anybody's hand around your throat like that, your Adam's apple, that can really set you back in your tracks.
Surprised he didn't conk him with that megaphone.
I don't think he had the time because our referee just turned round and he had to run for his life. And
Hillbilly trying to get to his feet here. Now he does. Downstairs into the breadbasket. A couple of nice elbows. Oh, couldn't hold him up there. A little bit weaker than he thought he was.
yes, just that one distraction was enough for the Hammer Valentine to take advantage of that situation, and now he's right on top of Hillbilly Jim, and Hillbilly's beginning to show signs of wear and obviously fatigue from the battering he's beginning to take.
Boy, he is wearing down. He's sweating profusely, and I guess Jimmy Hart sent the Hammer in there with a game plan. Try to wear this guy down, get him tired, and then you can, like a big tree, you chop him down and get the victory, I guess.
Yes, I would say you have a very, very good point there. And we're looking over Jimmy Hart's shoulder as he's exhorting his man to try even harder. And he doesn't have to, because once Valentine has you going, he's going to stay on top of you.
Oh, he's relentless. Once you give him the upper hand, forget about it.
Those stiff finger jabs to the throat are entirely illegal. The referee's not very quick.
Hammer told him to shut up and get out of the way.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, mule kick, but nobody there. Roundhouse right, missed by the Hammer. An atomic drop coming up. He nailed him. That'll make you wish you were home watching the telly.
Definitely. That mule kick was right off target. It was a foot at least away from Valentine, but it was enough to make him think twice about rushing in. He suddenly saw that Hillbilly Jim had a lot of energy left in that huge body.
Maybe we'll see Hillbilly slap on that famous full bear hug of his. Or full Nelson he uses sometimes too, but I think with a guy like Valentine, you got to go for the bear hug. That was a nice camera move.
Well,
there.
that was Mouth of the South pushing our cameraman away.
Certainly did. He almost knocked him down. Oh, look at this. Right in the kidney area, rolls it back in a reverse sunset. Got a hold of the overhauls. It's all over.
And once again, did you see Jimmy Mouth of the South Hawk?
Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Well, there you hear the verdict, but once again, Jimmy tried to push the cameraman away so that we couldn't see the illegal pinfall there.
Well, from our vantage point, we could tell exactly what went down. We're going to go back here in just a moment and take a look at some of the action that went down only moments ago.
And here we see that Hillbilly Jim was distracted by the Mouth of the South Hawk. And now watch this handful of tights that he takes right just there. You see, that was the most important time of all. We'll be right back.
Boy, listen, Brent, listen to the reaction coming out of there. Unbelievable, huh?
You know, I've been sitting out here for a couple hours with you now.
Yeah.
People have thrown
That's what you're
popcorn.
supposed to do.
That's what I'm supposed to do. People throw popcorn at me, 3 big hoglets walk by, step on my feet, hit me in the face with a submarine sandwich. Some bimbos come by and won't even talk to me. I'm tired of this abuse. I don't need to take this.
Why don't you leave?
You know, that's a good idea. I don't have to sit out here week after week and take this abuse.
That's what you say every week, but you're still here.
You know something? I could have my own show.
You could.
I could, with the money I have and the connections I have. Hey. Who do you think would
fund it?
Just a minute.
$1 Million Man?
Sweep later, will you?
You're doing a heck of a job.
If you'd have gone to school and studied your homework, you wouldn't be doing this job. You'd own the show.
I thought he did a very nice job.
Typical humanoid. He's got a white sock on and a brown one and a pair of home like him.
Here, Brain.
Well, I'm trying to get
you to be unhappy.
I don't want to be unhappy.
Well, then why don't you just leave?
Because the people, I owe it to the fans.
Oh, you.
Hey, Elmer, go do something else.
You're a journalist, right?
Yes, I have to do my journalistic job here. Pal, you want to wake up 3 weeks from now?
I could find a lot of places for you to go. I told you last week, Brain, I've got guys waiting in line to sit right there where you're sitting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll take you up on that someday. I can put together my own television show. I could be the star. I could be the hottest thing on television. Just snap my fingers like that. I could have guests.
I could have clue with all these people combined, completely ignored
and then I could sit on that side, and I could treat people like you.
You want to sit on this side? I'll move over.
No, because you probably got a tack on that chair of crazy glue or something. I don't trust you. But I don't need this abuse.
You don't.
So you and your son there, sweep up.
It's not my son. And anytime you're unhappy here on Prime Time, be my guest. Just get up, put your microphone down, and get out.
How about if you're unhappy, why don't you get out?
I'm not. Do you see me unhappy?
You look like you're unhappy.
See a smile on my face? Yes. I'm not unhappy. I put up with you. All those folks out there put up with you week after week after week.
Else to do? Check
you're
the rubber
doing a
mats in the men's room or something.
Keep it up.
Don't eat the
We've still got exciting things to come yet this week on this special edition of Prime Time Wrestling. We've still got some exciting guests coming up, whether you like it or not.
Another slam, just slap me again in the face.
Well, folks, that does it for this very special edition of Prime Time Wrestling. We've had a tremendous 2 hours, Brain. You don't think so,
I've
but
had a great time. I've just had a ball. I had garbage thrown all over me. I want to get in there and watch that movie. Not one person except those, the Larnets, the Marzottis came out here to get anything.
Will you stop?
Nobody has even left that room.
You know why? Sensational Sherry.
How are you?
Sherry.
How are you today?
Fine.
So nice to see you looking more.
Well, you don't look too shabby yourself, Tootsie.
Thank you. Isn't this movie great?
I don't know. I've been sitting out here with Captain Loser here. Nothing's happening here.
He's doing his job,
Hey,
Sherry.
nobody's talking to you. Zeus is great in that movie out there. The Macho Man are out there. We're just having a great time. He's just, you know who he's poundering out there.
Why don't you go in and watch it if he's so
Maybe we should. The company's probably a lot better
Well,
than
good.
it is.
Take this piece of work with you, too.
You mean in the dark?
Oh, yeah. We're going to go in the dark. We're going to watch
the back row?
Oh,
lovely.
yeah. Let's go.
Get out. Unbelievable. They deserve each other. Heckle and Jekyll. As we stated earlier on, we appreciate everybody coming down for this very special edition of Prime Time Wrestling, and we know that you're all going to enjoy tremendously, if you haven't already, No Holds Barred, starring WWF champ Hulk Hogan. So until next week, Gorilla Monsoon for the departed, saying so long, everybody.